everyone, and welcome to Purple Eagles Insider, the show that gives you the inside scoop on everything Niagara athletics. For those who don't know me, I'm your host, Courtney Corbetta, and am very excited to be back on the Ridge. We have a lot to talk about today and even a few special guests, so let's hop right into it. In Purple Eagles action, the men's soccer team was edged 1-0 by Florida Atlantic University on Friday and battled to a 0-0 draw with Florida International University on Sunday. Now, volleyball picked up its first win of the season at Cal State Fullerton, defeating the Titans 3-1 August 30th. The team participated in the Jack Kaiser Classic in New York City on Friday and Saturday. They were defeated by St. John's, Binghamton, and LaSalle. Women's soccer hosted Navy on Friday and were defeated by the Midshipmen 3-1. The team also suffered a tough loss to Little 3 rival St. Bonaventure on Sunday. Good news, the men and women's cross-country teams competed in the Little 3 championships Friday night. The men placed second and the women placed third. Well, that's a recap of what's been going on with Niagara Athletics. Now we're going to welcome our first guest to today's show, head coach of the men's soccer team, Bill Boyle. Coach Boyle, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now your team has played 3 games so far this season. What have been some of the positives for the team throughout the first 3 matches?
Well, our goals have been to get better every day and improve every game and stay committed to each other and to our brotherhood and really develop our team culture so that the guys want to play for each other. And from top to bottom, every guy on that team feels like they want to go out there and fight for each other. And I think we've done that. And we just keep getting stronger as we go. Hopefully it continues this weekend.
Now talk about a great start to your season, beating Robert Morris 4-0. I mean, that must really affect your team morale in a lot of ways.
Yeah, the team had a lot of emotion coming into that game, myself included, but everyone, especially returning guys, so just waiting and chomping at the bit to play somebody over the last year. So, you know, on the day we were just very good and everything went our way. So it was one of those games, can happen once in a while.
So how big was the team's 0-0 draw against Florida International? I mean, it was a very hot day, from what I understand.
Yeah, we were hoping to get the win on the Friday, and we knew it would be a hard win to get it on the road, but Sunday was going to be a very hard match no matter what, because not only are they good, but it's 2 o'clock and Florida's heat on a second game on a weekend. It's difficult already. But the guys, to their credit, followed the game plan to a T. And, you know, they had their chances, not as many as we'd like, but we did what we needed to do.
All right, so this weekend, big weekend, school's back in action, students are around, and especially for your team. So what's going on?
We are excited about a home opener, and 5 o'clock game's been moved to 5 on Friday. NJIT's coming in, and we're just looking to have a great outing in our home opener. We hope a lot of fans come out to watch the game, and we're just excited to get on our own field.
Yeah, with the home opener right around the corner, what are some of the keys that your team is going to need to focus on going into these games?
We're trying to stay focused and not too excited. If they stay on task and they don't get overly emotional, but know that every game in college soccer is a war. And nothing's going to be easy, but just staying prepared and focused. We use the word professionalism for 90 minutes, maintaining a focus to our game.
So the Big Four Shield is just around the corner too. Can you tell everyone at home listening, you know, what that is all about and what teams are participating?
It's a big deal for our guys in the program with Canisius, Buffalo, and St. Bonaventure. Every game is for something in that shield. So every game matters. Right now UB has that shield, so if we get a win, we would hold it. So that's a massive thing. But more importantly, you know, every game, like we said, is just getting better and improving on where we're at. That's another home game, and one of our goals is to do well at home every single game. But it'd be an added bonus, obviously, to get the shield and hold on to it. Then we'd have to defend it against St. Bonaventure and Canisius as well.
All right, well, sounds good. Well, we will all be rooting for you, Coach Boyle. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
Thanks for having me.
And good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
All right, now joining us in studio is senior soccer player Konrad Zydowicz. Konrad, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's very busy. It's your second day of classes, and we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to meet with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, of course. Now, Konrad, you're starting the season. How does it feel about your start? I understand you earned an assist at Robert Morris about a week ago.
Yeah, it was a secondary assist, so it counts, but I think it was overall a team performance. We really bought into the coach's system, and we were fortunate enough to actually win 4-0. But, you know, we made sure not to get the highs too high and the lows too low, so we got to keep a level head.
Absolutely. Now, speaking about your coach, head coach Bill Boyle, I understand he really does form quite a relationship with all the players. How do you think that's going to help with your team's performance going into the rest of the season?
Yeah, Coach Bill has been great with us so far. He's really taken the time out of his day to talk to us one-on-one, make sure everyone knows where they stand, and I think that's a huge difference from the previous years.
So you have a big weekend coming up, 3-game homestand. Are you excited?
Of course. Can't wait. I love playing at home.
So who are you playing against?
We open up against NGIT on Friday, and then Sunday we're back quickly against St. Francis, and then as you know on Thursday we play UB, which is going to be a huge game.
Big game, big game. Now you could possibly be given the chance to claim the Big Ford Shield versus Buffalo. What does that mean to you?
It's really exciting for all the players. It's almost a season within a season. It kind of gives us something to get amped up about, and we're looking forward to hopefully claiming it this year.
Now, I also understand that you are a Rochester native, so that's what, an hour and a half away from NU. Since you're a senior this year, do you think your family will come out and support you this weekend?
Unfortunately, they can't be here Friday, but Sunday, my mom, my little sister, and hopefully my older brother will be here. It'll be really cool.
Being a senior on the team, what does the rest of this season mean to you?
It means a lot. It's potentially my last year, and hopefully we can just continue our streak. Good games.
Well, Conrad, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck this season. We're going to let Conrad go, get back to class, get back to some studying. Thank you so much, and we look forward to catching up with you on Purple Eagles Insider. We would like to welcome our next guest to today's show, women's head volleyball coach, Coach Vilis Ozols. Coach, it is so great to see you today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you. Now, I understand you are entering your 4th season as head coach. How does that feel?
You know, it's exciting because it's always a new season. I think everyone's an optimist in August and September. But after doing it for 4 years, I sort of feel like I at least know what to expect to a certain extent.
So beginning this season, you have had some tough competition, but I also understand that you have traveled all the way to Los Angeles with your team. Tell us about that experience.
It was a really neat trip, and we did it with intent. You know, we have right now, I think 6 of our players are from the Southern California area.
That's so neat.
It really is.
Wouldn't that be nice to live there? I know, right?
So, well, and then to get them to come up to Niagara and to be a part of this adventure, I think that they've really enjoyed that, and it was really good for them to get back and play in front of their families and in front of their local coaches. So it was almost like we were the home team at a couple of these matches because of the fan support in that LA area.
Now, what has your team learned after playing against such tough competition?
Yeah, it was a really neat way to start the season. We played UCLA, who I think is 9th in the country. We played Loyola Marymount and took a set off them, and they were 21st in the nation. And I think a couple things we learned is that we can play with anybody. Sustaining the level of play, I think, was where we learned the most, is that you got to keep bringing it, and these teams certainly did. And I think that's been a really good thing. So now, as we hit into our, whether it's conference season or the other opponents, I don't think there's going to be a lot that intimidates us.
What newcomers this season have really stood out to you?
You know, we brought in 7 new players for this season, so we knew that there was going to be, certainly some new blood on the team. I'd say the 2 that have probably made the most immediate impact, one is Carolyn Leach, a true freshman who's come in and has just been an offensive force. One of our goals with our recruiting class was to be more physical. And that's such an important part, and she fits that. But the emotional maturity, she's one of the youngest players on the team, and yet she plays much older than her age. The other player that has been a real pleasant surprise, though an expected one, is Madison May, or Maddie May, junior college transfer who was her conference MVP. And you always wonder, will that translate to our level of play? And it certainly has. She's a wonderful player to coach, and she's got a really bright future with us.
So what about your veterans on the team? How have they been contributing so far?
It's been a really fun dynamic because I think we come in with a lot of our skill positions really well established, and so they've added a certain level of stability that has allowed these newcomers to really flourish. And yet at the same time, as veterans, they've come in and I think they've really raised the bar to the next level, so they're upping their game, and so the result is pretty fun to watch from the sideline.
Big weekend coming up this weekend. What can we expect from your girls?
It'll be a really interesting weekend. It's been similar to our previous tournament weekends where we have some really tough competition and then some competition where we can show what our system is all about. We'll play two teams that were in their conference championship matches last year, Dartmouth and Army, so we know we got our hands full with them. But then we'll also have Central Connecticut State and Hartford, and I'm really interested to see how we do against them. It's so it'll be really fun.
It's
That's
exciting.
all I can say.
It's exciting to
really
think about.
Yeah.
So for all the Purple Eagle fans, when can they come cheer you on in your home opener?
Well, we're kind of excited. Our home opener will be this coming Tuesday, the 13th of September. We'll play Buffalo, so it'll be a local rivalry, not only a home game but a local rivalry. It's been a couple years since we played them, and I think we anticipate that it'll be a really fun match. We've both had really strong matches and then some weak matches, so it'll be really interesting to see what ends up happening. But I think it'll be a great home opener for us.
Wow, that is very exciting. So everyone listening today, make sure to come out to that home opener. And Coach Ozols, thank you so much for joining us today in studio.
Thanks, Courtney.
All right, so everyone at home, make sure to follow the Niagara women's volleyball team here on the Purple Eagles Insider. The women's volleyball team is back in action at the Dartmouth Invitational in Hanover, New Hampshire. The Purple Eagles will face Hartford and Central Connecticut State on Friday and Dartmouth and Army on Sunday. For information on where you can follow along with the matches, visit purpleeagles.com. And the men's soccer team opens its home schedule this weekend, hosting the New Jersey Institute of Technology on Friday at 5 p.m. and St. Francis on Sunday at 1 p.m. at Niagara Field. These are some games you don't want to miss, so bring your purple pride to Niagara this weekend. Cheer on your teams. Again, I'm Courtney Corbetta for the Purple Eagles Insider.